Hello everyone. AG Stacker 1776 did a video a little while back where he talked about his coin glass items. Well, I went out and got some of these today, more. Now I also looked up ways to tell if this is truly what they say it is, or a reproduction. Now, these have frosted coin shapes on them, and they say that what some people are doing are they're sandblasting this to make the reproductions look like the actual old ones. It said when they do that, you lose details. The detail on this, it's frosted, but you can make out the date and the little dots around the edge. When they sandblast the repos, the dots and a lot of that goes away and you don't have near the same detail. This is an amber toothpick holder. And it kind of goes along with the green one I have here, which is also, it's an 1887 date, and you can see these little dots around the edge are really sharp. I've no doubt these two are legitimate coin glass made whenever they started making them, and up until I guess the 50s. People call it Depression era glass because I guess they started making this particular style then. Now, I did get more than just this, which I like the color, even though amber's not a preferred color. And of the greens, this darker olive type green here is not really the preferred green. But we'll pull this next piece, which is a flute. It's a very tall piece, as you can tell, because you can see how big the Morgan dollar sitting on the table down there is, and that sticker. And then how far away, to the top of this it is. Now, granted, again, this one has a Liberty Bell design on it right here. Got to get the light to hit it. See the bottom of the bell there. The little dots around it. The dots around this and the details on it are still sharp, like the one thing was saying. It's got 1886 on it, I believe. And they have varying different dates on them. Now, the only color I don't have one of is the ruby. That might change, but for now, I don't have a ruby one. But we're going to go ahead and show you the next piece I got. I gotta use two hands on this one. Now, the flute was huge, but the flute is dwarfed by this dark olive green urn. It's missing the lid. If it had the lid, it'd be would cost more. It's got the 1887 date on it. You see the little dots and stuff are really sharp. So this one too, I have no doubt, is a vintage one and not a reproduction. This glass is very heavy. Let's see. Do I have a ruler? Yeah, I have a ruler handy. It's just short of 10 inches tall. Well, it probably is about 10 inches tall to the rim. If it will stay up here while I do this, you can kind of see the ruler goes all the way up to the top, and it's right about 10 inches. So it's a very big piece, very heavy. It's the same green as the toothpick holder over there, which I'll pull it up here in the background. It's the same kind of green. Now, I have seen the other green. It's a little lighter and brighter in color, and it is a bit more collectible than this is. This is all collectible though. People who like coin glass will buy any color. Now, let's move on to my treasure chest challenge. Went by the jeweler, coin dealer, and bought this 1920 Walker, this 1879 Morgan dollar, which is a bit worn. Not real bad though. You can still see the ear and the eye and part of the lips. A little bit of design on it. It is worn pretty bad though. But for the price I got it for, it's much less than what the big online dealers want for their coal or worse than coal type Morgan dollars when they have them. The other two I got, and this gives it kind of a letterbox effect. It's two coins. One, a jewelry person has taken this, cut all the fields out of it, and then so when you hold them together like this, it looks like a super high relief Walking Liberty, but it isn't. It's two pieces. And as you can see, they've cut all the fields out of this. It takes a lot of weight off of the coin to do that. And the back has been pretty well worn slick. I don't know whether this will ping like silver coin will because it's got so much gone from it. That's kind of weird sounding. But it might be because of what's cut away. I have no doubt it's an actual piece of an actual Walker, because I've seen this done. I know a jeweler who does this to Mercury dimes and these and quarters, and did a whole bunch of them. And they would usually put them in some kind of locket and wear it like a necklace. This is kind of neat. Wasn't very valuable. No way of telling whether it's a 34S or D or any other mint mark because the back's worn, ground down slick. You can't even hardly tell what was on the back of this. I'm pretty sure this took a little while to do this too, but when you hold them together and line up the design, the effect is kind of neat looking. If I had some kind of bezel that would hold these two together, I might wear this as a necklace. Although I don't really wear jewelry too much. But so would you buy this if you went to a coin shop or a jeweler guy who had some? I mean, what price would you think it'd be worth? I can tell you, I offered him $5 for it, and he took it. So, but this one, the date's pretty well gone. I couldn't really tell you what year this is. Even looking up close, I can't tell when I look at it. It looks like it might be a 0, but the rest of it is so bad that you won't be able to tell. It's a no mint mark on this part. This one I can make out the 2-0, and I can kind of make out that it's at least part of an S. Yeah, there's an S there. It's not part, it's the whole thing is visible. It's just starting to wear right to the edge of it. But this stuff was bought from our treasure chest challenge. And I'm not telling anybody how much I have in it, but it's actually more than what I thought this, by this I mean this treasure chest right here. It's got the map on it. It's about 4 by 4 roughly, and about 2 to 2.5 inches deep on the inside. I put all my coins in there and made a video for it. But that's neither here nor there. Let's put this back here again. Um, so people can kind of see they border the two edges, the two coin glass pieces. But yeah, A.G. Stacker 1776 made a video where he had several pieces of this stuff and was talking about it. But when I started buying them, I kind of wanted to research a little bit to make sure what I was buying is that the actual stuff and not remade ones. Now they do make them, and this isn't frosted on the the ones and the remade ones. And to try to make these look like the original, they would sandblast the coin on it, and it wouldn't look right. I'm not exactly sure how they made this frosted part on these without frosting the rest of the thing. Maybe it was some kind of sandblasting. I really don't know how they did it. I just know they made them for quite some time. There's a lot of different pieces. I've got several more in a different video if you want to see them. I'm not going to get all of them out because it's getting a little bit late, and I don't want to stick around too late tonight. I'll probably go live again tomorrow though, just because I kind of want to. I'll probably have something different maybe. But if I don't have anything different, I might still go live and talk about some stuff other than what I've talked about today. But that's basically what I wanted to talk about: the coin glass jars and the treasure chest challenge where I bought some more silver. But whether or not this green color is very collectible doesn't matter to me. And in order to make the green urn, a full piece, all I'd have to do is find someone who's got a lid for sale, a green one like that, and then buy it and put it with it. If it was the complete piece, might be able to get $50 on eBay for it if I wanted to sell it. And if I can get the lid cheap enough, I wouldn't have very much into it to be able to sell it at a decent profit if I wanted to sell it. I mean, some of the other pieces I have, the blue ashtray, I've seen them listed for higher than I paid for it. And even the amber ashtray, which, it is what it is. And who's out there? I mean, there's a couple of viewers, but no one's commented, so I don't know if anybody's, if he showed up. He usually says hello, as does Old Country Coin Collector. And if Frosty shows up, he'll say hi too. But I pretty well talked about what I wanted to talk about. And these gemstones are neat. I still quite like them. Been wanting to go back to the jewelry store and talk to the person that sold me this and tell them thanks for helping me get an interesting piece, because I've had this on my table for all my videos since I got it, pretty much. I might take it off once in a while. And then I bought some of these at Dollar Tree. It's a bag full of little plastic ones, red, and I bought the clear ones, which they do catch light, even though they're not glass. They still look kind of neat on the table, I think. Other than that, well, next week is voting. I voted early, even though it's just easier with the hours I work to vote on the the early voting, just so I can get in and get it done without having to wait in a big line and not have to leave work early or during the middle of the day and try to vote on election day. But I urge you to get out and vote and do your civic duty and think about where you feel like the country is going and who you feel like is to blame for us going that way, and voting the way you feel like should make the country better, or at least something. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. You vote however you want. I just urge you get out and vote because they need to hear our voice, and that's how they hear it. You can protest stuff they do all you want, but to change anything, you're going to have to vote for candidates who agree with what you agree with, and in large enough numbers to pass new laws at the state level first, if needed, and then at the federal level. Because if you don't vote, your voice isn't getting heard. You know, you can write a letter to your congressman, but and they'll usually respond to you, but they'll tell you if they don't agree with what you think they should be doing, they'll tell you why, and then why they feel that way. And because it's not a direct democracy, it's a republic, which means they represent us. They don't. A true democracy would be everybody votes on everything, and to get 300 and plus million people to vote on some single issue, you know, on election day, have a whole bunch of different single issue things they have to vote on. It would be a mess. Probably not workable, but get out and vote. And I hope that you all have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream now and wish you all a good night, and we'll see you next time.